Welcome to the N.Eww. It's the 18th day of 13ZZz, 12,019. And this is Space Fleet HQ. The CAD, O, me, you, Universe, I, tie, you, HQ. What a day, what a week. Earlier than usual. Do little bits of works. So here at Space Fleet, this metaphysical reality, I guess I figure the idea is somewhat like steampunk. But I don't know how dressed up you need to get. What do you think normal everyday life is anyway? So we have the N.Ewws, so that I can have a daily record, like taking a picture of your child every day, so that you can go back and see yourself grow up in things. A form of journal. "10 minutes. One take. Broadcast to the internet. About, whatever. Can't include news. Or just miscellaneous emotions, as I've often been. Depends on what the news feels like. We are allowed to be casual. The whole point is, chakra balance, speaking correctly. If you're not in balance, or go ahead, be quiet. Still 10 minutes. One day. This morning, so we have the news, I guess. To erase that this morning part, I'll go back. Here's the N.Ewws. The N.Ewws, because isn't this Ewy? And then me, my shadow, and I, highly inspired by Calvin and Hobbes. The only, I guess, Calvin, Hobbes, and Zitz being the two comic books. Zitz being Calvin and Hobbes in high school. Me, my shadow, and I is, I don't know, of the spirit of this sport. Childhood want. So I figured I'd do so because I could, and it wouldn't have to take long. There's a lot of development behind it, you could say, so that it can flow out. I have up to 52, I think, completed. I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself, just in case holidays come up. I could probably figure that out if it's like the storyboards for my daily life, so I can maybe reach out ahead of myself and write those as I go, have them for releasing on particular days, and as the quickly going over first draft of a year, 12,020 coming up here, August 5th, and however many few days, just over a week, I think. iCHRIST Day, particularly if you're Christian, or the God part of the mini golf space fleet part. What do words mean, and is that the strongest word to speak of? The Word of God, the one that's speaking. It began at the Big Bang and it ends whenever it does, but there's one vibration, one sine wave, one eternal round that makes a noise, meaningfully or whatever. I don't know, all the way through. Looks something like what I did this morning. This stuff is for, at least contextualized for, the Space Fleet HQ. Drama? Fictionalization. Scripted. And then reenacted. Enacted. Here's the main timeline, you could say. This is just outwards. I've drawn it up as, so you got the Big Bang, there's the chakra Fibonacci sequence outlined across beginning to end. Black one is Big Bang, everything's boiled down. Then that's about the time period of the formation of matter, about the time period of the galaxy and solar system, about the formation of the planet, formation of species, formation of lives and careers, formation of futures, plans, and projections. Because the middle's, the green one is the eternal present as we continually evolve from here. Live in the future today, quantum reality, death of the universe, God awakens, because there's no God, and then he is born, and then he does it again. All the white stuff is God. Here's the Big Bang to the Big Crunch, or maybe just an eternally expanding universe, leaving us eternally in that middle point of the whole thing. The words. The idea at the moment. Space leap from Earth Prime transdimensionally travels the universe. We travel back to the beginning of the universe and tell the story of a complete different peoples than Earth Primes. Multiple storylines can be maintained. During this retelling of the universe, we return to Earth Prime's universe line and tell the news of the day. There's the first way I put that, and then articulated a bunch of stuff that was out of place. And then I redid it again. Phrasing, putting the circles around my life's goals, the story that I'm using to moderate and maintain and maybe entertain other people in self-editing. But Nathaniel on Earth Prime runs a house for himself, inviting others to visit. A daily broadcast on Facebook of miscellaneous 10-minute one-take videos called the N.Ewws. Alongside this news parody is the comic strip, Me, My Shadow, and I. Kurt, my masculine self, runs a space base near Earth Prime's universe, metaphysically connected through Nathaniel's sub and superconscious. He's married to Gatlin, my feminine side, who is a space pirating and Jedi in the same universe. And that one's a long story. A graphic novel thought of for the future. Together, they were going to send their immortal child to the Big Bang to relive the entirety of the universe from the beginning. A bunch of this story is interweaving all the bests of the different books and making them into one canon. Relive the entirety of the universe from the beginning, affecting where one sees right and changing where one sees wrong. A thought not necessarily promised to myself. During this trip he can, within his own timeline, travel into and out of bodies of everyone, quantum leap style. But he always wakes up back where he left off, using the information to affect and change the present, relative to his learning during his visions. The immortal character affects the universe from within himself, seeing the reflection of the person throughout it. I mentioned the characters. I'm Nathanos, me as Thanos, an experience for. I'm trying to take over the galaxy and universe and such. But so we'll be following me and my characters. And cross-dimensionally, the behind-the-scenes person, and then the pseudo-behind-the-scenes videos, and then the actual features, and then, I don't know, playing with the ideas that I have been given about storytelling and whatnot. The story got really big, and it's hard to keep together. Not the story parts, just the brain while it tries to jump around and such. Building the inner model to share time and space of a functioning human reality. Something to replace religion without getting rid of what it is that it provides. For now I'm philosophizing. And, you're about to be cut off at 10 minutes. So, night.